Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. This is Game 10 of the 2018 MRDA Championships. I'm Rippy Longstocking.
I'm Bobby Narco.
Pleasure to be here with you again, Bobby.
So we got a matchup today between the Denver Men's Roller Derby and Tyne and Fear. Tyne and Fear comes in the 11th seed of the tournament, currently ranked at number 14 by the Men's Derby Association. They are 7-3. And Denver Men's Roller Derby comes in the number 10 seed, ranked number 13 by the MRDA, and they are 10-4. Rippy, what did they do yesterday?
Okay, yesterday, let me pull up my bracket here. So Friday we had a great set of games. Denver lost to Texas Men's Derby, and so they'll that put them where they are now. And then Tyne and Fear lost to Vancouver, and so that's why they ended up here today.
All right, and let's do the roster for Tyne and Fear.
Okay, I will do that roster.
Thank you.
Okay, number 0 is Barnabash, number 1 Dark Matter, number 137 Fubar, number 181 Tank, number 26 Kimikau, number 50 Bull, number 6 Yergy Bear, number 762 Jammunition, number 8 Sparky, number 82 Dog, number 83 Nicholas Rage, number 9 Moo, and number 99 Sparky, coached today by Sniper and Spangled.
And for Denver, Denver's going to be skating in navy and silver. Number 11 is Cruz. Number 18 is Ferguson. 1984 is Crunchy. Number 207 is Judgment Day. Number 257 is Schneider. Number 36 is Lenzo. Number 4 is Baby Stelly. Number 40 is Broderick. Number 7, Detmer. Number 72, Ragin' Cajun. Number 77, Jedi Knight. Number 89, Alchemist Prime. And number 98, Sparrow. Coaches for Denver are Disco Acre, Rachel Blackman, D-Day Doll, and Lisa Rockscar Whipperman.
Nice name.
Yes, and perfectly timed. We are just about to get ready out. Can you see who's out on that
Everybody
5-stride jammer line?
Is out, and that is Stelly with the star for Denver. Again, as you said, in the dark navy. And number 1, Dark Matter with the white on, and that's for Tyne and Fear.
And we are underway.
At the front of the pack, there's Dark Matter, posing against the last 2 blockers here. And, is out, but gets driven to the infield. So Dark Matter will have to recycle back, even though lead jammer has been declared.
Oh, we got a penalty coming in on the outside. Denver down their pivot. Jam is called. Nothing. Didn't like the matchup there, and so we're going to try it again in jam number 2. No lead change in jam number 1. That's pretty rare. Usually the first lead change of the game is in jam number 1.
So just to clarify too, so Ragin' Cajun is number 72, has on his jersey his actual name. So
gotcha.
We will say both names and numbers as well to try to clarify who we're talking about.
Yeah, we're not trying to fool you. Follow along at home.
There are rosters and then there are jerseys, and sometimes they're different.
White number 9 is Moo, and jamming for Denver, number 98, Sparrow.
Moo is out of the pack first for Newcastle.
2 leads in a row for Tyne and Fear. Our most excellent producer today is the King. Glad to have him aboard the broadcast.
Certainly happy to have the King. Moo out around the pack, picks up 5. Tyne and Fear on the board first.
Got a direction of play called on the jammer.
Sorry
and a misconduct as well. So it's going to be 2 minutes in the penalty box, a 2-minute power jam. Oh, no, that's not the jammer. Sparrow's the jammer. That's just a blocker in for 2 minutes. Sparrow had me fooled by having that helmet cover in hand.
Yeah, Sparrow taking it out as a stash, but Moo does put 12 points on the board, is down on the track right now.
So our first lead change comes in jam number 2.
So Moo is able to leave the track on his own, but we'll take a little visit with maybe some medical officials.
Out on the track right now, the white jammer looks to be number 99. And can you see that navy jammer yet? Number 18. So we have Ferguson and Sparky, and 3 leads in a row for Tyne and Fear.
The number 99 Sparky, so you didn't hear me, and you didn't mishear me. It's 8 is Sparky and 99 is Sparky. They're both Sparky. So number 99 Sparky is typically the jammer.
Oh, and yes. We should, I guess, clarify 99 Sparky and 8 Sparky.
Yeah, so we have to clarify which Sparky we're talking about because both of them are
Sparky.
perform really well on the track.
Right.
And so it's we might call both of their names.
Denver yet to put any points on the board. Tyne and Fear with 16 heading into jam number 4.
So that is the Raging Cajun wearing the star for Denver, and Dark Matter back on the line for Tyne and Fear.
Raging Cajun.
Number 72, I should say, number 72, Raging Cajun, whose name is different in his jersey.
Wow, perfect lead jam status for Dark Matter.
So spinning around there, that is number 72, the Raging Cajun, Stelly also, and out of the pack, and isn't able to pick up any.
Nope.
I'm sorry, I think I missed.
Dark Matter picked up 4
that's
points,
correct.
called off the jam before Raging Cajun was able to
I
hit the back of it
apologize.
and pick up points. So Denver's still looking for their first points of the game. They are the higher seed. Who's out there on that 5-stride jammer line? Can you identify him, Ripping?
Yeah, I can try. That's number 9 wearing the white star. That's Moo. And that's Sparrow, number 98.
Hooray!
Yes.
Thank you.
So as you mentioned, Tyne and Fear with 100% lead jammer so far. And Moo continues that tradition.
Yeah, 5 for 5 on the jammer line. Moo is 2 for 2. So two jammers for Tyne and Fear have already got lead jammer twice. Multiplayer block coming in. Who's leaving on the multiplayer? It's 82 on the white team. Dog.
Sparrow.
Illegal
against the
position
one
on number
blocker,
83,
yeah.
Nicholas Rage. So 2 Tyne and Fear blockers in the penalty box. This could be the medicine that Denver needs, but they don't have leads, so they're going to get shut out yet again.
So 24 points on the board so far for Tyne and Fear.
Yeah, in the last 3 jams, they've doubled their score. 24-0 heading into jam number 6. Come on, Denver, put some points on the board. Who is out there on that 5-stride jammer line?
Number 72, Raging Cajun / Stelly, and number 99, Sparky, the one with the glorious hair.
First time these two have squared off against each other. Number 99, Sparky got lead jam. First lead jam of the game for Denver.
First lead jam.
Hooray. I should have said something sooner. It's all my fault.
It's okay, Bobby.
It's
You
not
aren't
about-
responsible for all of the
It's not
derby.
about you. All 5 points for Denver.
Cajun coming around again very quickly, trying to pick up as many points as possible while that Rydell penalty box is full, but now it's empty.
Yeah, double-digit jam. And that's just the initial pass. So Sparky's going to be able to make another run at it and call off the jam.
Get a nice hip push there by Baby Sally.
Lots of speed at the top of the pack.
Getting the crowd into it a little bit.
And Tyne and Fear shut out for the first time. And 14 points is the highest jam of the game for either side. Down only by 10, 24-14 heading into jam number 7. Like to give a big shout out to Rydell Skates for sponsoring the 2018 MRDA Championships and for sponsoring our penalty box as well, which is currently empty. Out on that 5-stride jammer line, the white jammer is wearing uniform number 1. That is Dark Matter. Who's jamming for the Denver squad?
Number 18, Ferguson. And both jammers are out. Now Tyne and Fear again has the lead, but Ferguson putting a little defensive work on Dark Matter.
Yeah, when the jammer in the lead is not the lead jammer, you can almost predict what's going to happen,
Well,
especially
Dark
this
Matter-
early.
Dark Matter can let some time run off the clock before.
Yes, but it's
Calling
only
it.
a 10-point difference. Yeah, I
It
get it.
is.
You're the team in the lead, and so the clock is your ally, but I don't know how big of an ally it is with 53 minutes left to play.
Yes, we are just under 23 minutes. Just lapped under 23 minutes.
All right, so let's get the tally on that. Nothing, of course. Our second scoreless jam of the game, jam number 1 was scoreless but not pointless. Jam number 7 was scoreless but not pointless.
Off the 5-stride jammer line, we have number 9, Moo, wearing the star for Tyne and Fear, and number 72, Raging Cajun / Stelly, wearing the star for Denver. And it's Raging Cajun up the inside line on 1 foot, makes it through, picks up lead jammer.
Raging Cajun's 2 for 3 on the jammer line, the highlight of the jammer rotation for Denver so far. Also, they're leading and only scorer.
Right. Moo getting bumped around on the inside there. Finally does make it to the front of the pack.
Penalty coming in. Sorry.
That's okay. Just coming through those last couple of people and does get out.
Yeah, got a forearm penalty. Sends a Denver blocker to the penalty box. And good. Steely looking back behind him, calls off the jam before any points can get scored. And do we have a lead change, or is that? No, 1 point game. A skate lace thin single point separating these two teams.
So yeah, Tyne and Fear, we're putting some points on the board, but they have been scoreless these last 3 jams.
Yeah, 3 jams in a row. Thank you, the King, helping out with the production here, handing us these awesome bits of trivia. Number 918, statistics is not trivia. Statistics is great information.
It is.
Excuse me, that's not 918. There is no 918. That's 99 Sparky jamming for Tyne and Fear.
Yes, and 18 Ferguson back on the line for Denver. Now Sparky's at the front of the pack and has picked up lead.
No, Tyne and Fear.
Yeah. So Sparky has picked up lead again for Tyne and Fear.
Yeah, in the last 5 jams, they've been alternating lead. It had been all Tyne and Fear up until then.
Now Ferguson is out of the pack on the initial pass, is able to put points on the board. Sparky's going to call that off before Denver can put any points on the board, but
looking for the white points. Show me the white points.
Looks like we have some
conferring
happening.
Whose hips went by whose hips?
And 2 was the final.
So extends the lead 26 to 23.
So it looks like they're just going to keep rotating Raging Cajun back in on the line there.
Every other jam so far.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to jam number 6, it's been 72-18, 72-18, 72. And who's on the jammer line for Tyne and Fear?
That is Dark Matter, number 1.
Number 1.
Pushing against the front of the pack, finds an inside lane and picks up lead jammer.
Dark Matter is 4 for 4 on the jammer line.
And Dark Matter's just so calm about it. Dark just comes through and carefully pushes forward. Picks up the points. 3 points actually, not the full 4, but picks up 3.
That'll do.
It,
better than a
keep
kick.
Denver scoreless,
Yeah,
right?
better than a kick in the teeth.
There are many things that are better than a kick in the teeth.
Fair enough. 3 points being one of them. Among the numerous possibilities of things that are better than a kick in the teeth, I'll take 3 points any day.
Yes.
Meanwhile, out on the track, number 9 for the white team is Moo, who's out there in the navy and silver.
That is 36 Lenzo. Now this is a new jammer.
Yeah. First jam for Lenzo.
And okay, because Lenzo picks up lead very quickly before we even pass the Vault 31 pivot line.
1 for 1. We got a back block coming in. Somebody's leaving on a back block. That is a Tyne and Fear skater, number 8.
That is
Sparky.
The other Sparky.
Yes.
Okay, so Moo is out of the pack now on the initial pass. Lenzo has already put 9 on the board.
It's a lead change.
It is a lead change.
See, that's why you don't take the points off the board in jam number 8. Or the time off the clock,
time
rather.
Off the clock, yes.
Always take the points off the board. But. All right.
So if those of you are at home this afternoon or playing that little game, it's time to drink up.
Ah, yes. What little game is she talking about?
You know that game.
I have no idea. I take the 5th with some Diet Coke as well. A 5th of some Diet Coke. Who's out on there on the jammer line? We're getting a little punchy up here.
Sparrow, number 98 for Denver, right up the inside line. Now Sparky, number 99 Sparky, was driven into the infield.
2 lead jams in a row for Denver. That's the first time this game they've strung 2 leads together.
Sparky now out of the pack as well. Sparrow putting the points on the board. Calling it off.
Denver extending that lead now.
If you would like to say something to us, please do at hashtag 2018 MRDA champs.
Yeah, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Also like to give a shout out to Left Turn Clothing. I don't know if you saw at the beginning of the show, that beautiful patch on my blazer was put on my blazer right at this very tournament by Left Turn Clothing. So lots of props to Left Turn. Who's that on the
It
jammer
looks
line?
really, really sharp, too.
I know, doesn't it? I'm very
does.
pleased with the outcome.
So that's Raging Cajun back on the line, facing off against Dark Matter. Dark Matter doing a little defensive move there. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't think that was Dark Matter. That was Dog driving Raging Cajun out of bounds. Raging Cajun able to recover, pick up lead jammer for Denver.
Now that's 3 lead jams in a row. We got a track cut coming in. That's number 36, Lenzo, the Denver pivot on the track cut.
So Dark Matter again out, but here comes the Raging Cajun taking a look at the bench. Sees that Dark Matter has not made it through, and Dark Matter did pick up 4 points on that.
Sneaky points. 4-4 jam.
And so there's a little discussion on the Denver bench about the timing of that call off, which, you know, there's a lot of people between you and your coach.
And the Tyne and Fear jammer, the Denver jammer was looking back, specifically trying to call the time off. Just got the timing wrong. Hey, it's a tough sport out there. Things happen quickly. All kinds of props for these athletes. I know I couldn't do it.
Right. I appreciate them. So
go ahead, do it.
That's okay. Moot, number 9 on the line, and that's 18, Ferguson. So I do want to point out that we probably said this before, Bobby, that the Raging Cajun is the higher scorer for Denver with 23 points, and Moo, who you're seeing right now, number 9, is the higher scorer for Tyne and Fear with 16.
Nice. So we got the highest leading scorers squaring off against each other on the track right now. The king, man. That's the stuff.
And it looks like Ferguson was able to put up 2 and 4.
So 42-37. Yes, indeedy. We never did get a chance to go through the non-skating officials and referees. I'd love to run quickly through the non-skating officials. We have Chiropractor, Melotrauma, Jack Attack, Zoonotic, William Moore, Snippy Snap, Margie Ram, Lady Sharknado, Crystal Vice, and Goldie Gloves are our NSOs. We'll take you the referees through the next set of whistles.
Okay, this is Raging Cajun facing off against number 99, Sparky.
Pretty solid 4-jammer rotation for Tyne and Fear. Look at this.
That is the Raging Cajun out as lead jammer, but Sparky is not far behind, and that pack is really fast. It's like wind coming up here on the stage.
There's a remarkable symmetry on my score sheet. I wish the viewers at home could see it. There's a streak of 5 at the top. There's a streak of 5 at the bottom. Each team has had 5 lead jams and lead jam calls in a row. Very, very evenly paired in terms of the leads. And then the middle area where it's alternating.
I want to give a shout out to our skating officials, Darth Bling, Nitsugi, Doesn't Matter, Alan Yergrill, Robin Ublind, PK Biddy, Captain Dantastic, and Dillygaff. They all have to learn how to skate really fast backwards because of a fast pack like that.
I am really impressed. Of course, it's the championships. Of course, we're going to have the best officials here, but they really have picked some fantastic officials.
Absolutely.
Great calls all weekend long.
So that's 257, Schneider with the star for Denver, and Dark Matter with the star for Tyne and Fear.
First jam for number 257.
It is lead jammer goes to Dark Matter.
And Schneider's number is not showing. Who's Schneider on my roster?
257.
Oh, here we go. Dark Matter, that's the one I'm missing. That's number 1.
Number 1. So out of our jammers, the Raging Cajun, of course, is doing a great job so far today. Is 4 of 7 leads, but Moo is 4 of 5 leads.
And that lead jam by Tyne and Fear breaks up that 5 lead jams in a row that Denver had been on. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. We got a single point game. Is that a lead change?
1 point game? Nope.
Nope.
Denver's still up ahead by 1.
Yeah.
And we're 13 minutes left of this first half.
This is a great game.
This whole tournament has been really good.
I want to give a shout out. Well, I'm going to do our video production crew, but we got a jam in progress, so we'll take care of that after the next set of whistles. We got Raging Cajun and Moo for their respective teams.
Yes. Raging Cajun just up against all of those blockers at the front, but it's Moo. Moo is just a very calm jammer. Very different jamming styles from these two, and they're both effective, but Moo is just a very I'm just going to push and keep pushing and move back and forth, and it works.
Tyne and Fear's jammer rotation is like clockwork. 1999, 1999, 1999. And if things hold true, we're going to see number 99 on the jammer line
So
next.
now we have a lead change.
Nice.
So Tyne and Fear at 49, Denver at 46. So you know what to do, people. People of virtual world.
Get that frosty beverage or piping hot beverage, depending on what
Yes.
time of day it is in the part of the globe that you're in. We do have a stoppage of play here, so that's going to give me an opportunity to thank our... Oh, I lied. One more set of whistles.
So many whistles. That's Sparky wearing the star for Tyne and Fear, out as lead jammer. The 99 Sparky, I hope I said that. And number 18 Ferguson with the star for Denver.
Tyne and Fear losing their pivot to the Rydell penalty box.
Sparky getting driven into the infield as trying to do not a whole full apex jump, but just kind of a leap, and does get driven into the infield. Calls it off.
Nothing for the third time this game, our third scoreless jam of the game. All right, production crew. Largely from Lane County Concussion Roller Derby, we have Grimes and Punishment, Mega Pickle, Craft Beard, Photobomb, Fat Louie, and Dropkick Daisy, bringing you the action on the production all weekend long. Much love to Lane County Concussion Roller Derby and the video production crew here.
While you were talking, so Sparrow's got the star for Denver. Just a hole opened up, and Sparrow saw it, took it, picked up lead jammer, and is facing off against Dark Matter wearing the star for Tyne and Fear. Sparrow through the pack, calling it off very quickly, picks up the 4, prevents Dark Matter from putting any on the board. So now we have another lead change.
Another lead change. Everybody have fun.
I know, this is going to be one of those games.
And Tyne and Fear held scoreless 2 jams in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Who had lead jam on that last nothing jam? Do you remember?
Sparrow.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
No, on the previous jam.
On the previous.
We'll get it at halftime. We'll
Sparky.
Nice.
That is the Raging Cajun out again, facing off against Moo. Moo is still struggling against the defense at the front of that pack. Does finally make it out. Raging Cajun doing a little spin move on the inside lane. Oh no, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Moo picked up a penalty right there, and it was a forearm call, so we will have a power jam here, and Raging Cajun does have control of the track.
Now another a high block coming in on Barnabash. That's Barnabash from Tyne and Fear reporting to the right up penalty box on that high block violation. Steely picking up 5 for the second time this jam.
This is the first power jam we've seen so far.
Great note, King. That is a brilliant observation. First time either jammer has been in the penalty box.
I know, King makes me look so smart. So Moo now out of the box, but takes a huge hit there by number 40, that's Broderick, and recovers, but
4 for Denver. Extends that lead. That's a 19-point jam. All of a sudden, some separation on the board.
yeah, Tyne and Fear had control of the board there for the first, 5 minutes or so, 8 minutes or so of the game, but then Denver has really found a rhythm here.
That 19 points is the highest scoring, individual scoring jam of the game.
So Sparky on the line for Tyne and Fear, and that's Ferguson with the star for Denver. Ooh. Everybody hanging out here along the Vault 31 pivot line.
Yeah, like a top 10 radio station. The hits just keep on coming.
So Ferguson,
Track cut
oh
coming
no, Sparky picks up the track cut.
Oh, the announcer's curse. We did it. It's our fault. It's our track cut.
You know what? It shouldn't. The announcer's curse should not happen on broadcast. I'm just saying it shouldn't.
Rippy's track cut.
No.
No, I need you out here. I couldn't do this by myself.
So I did call a game for Denver earlier, and Ferguson took a big spill in that one, and so I'm wondering if he's
Feeling it?
yeah, there are some bruises that he's going to have souvenirs. He's going to have some bruise souvenirs, but Bruising-ears? That's correct. When he was getting up slowly there, I wonder if he just was having some memory pains.
My sympathies to these skaters. It is absolutely top-notch
It
athleticism,
is brutal.
extremely physical.
Yes. Now Sparky did get through the pack, but see, you see Ferguson really getting up slowly there.
Yeah, if he had his wits about him, he would have called off this jam.
And then a teammate falling on top of you as well. Now
He is lead, isn't he?
he is lead, but Sparky.
Scoreboard showing no lead. Has
Oh,
the
I'm
lead
sorry.
not been
I'm sorry.
assessed?
Sparky picking up a track cut. Yes, there we go. And
So still on the initial pass, and now a star pass.
Now-
Thank goodness Denver passes the star.
yes,
That's number 257, Schneider, donning the spangled helmet cover.
I think
and-
that is, if you are Ferguson, that is your best move now. If you can't call it off, just pass the star,
Yeah.
because they were recognizing that. Tyne Fear was recognizing that Ferguson was.
Jam is mercifully called. Yeah, no lead jam, I guess, was ever assessed. So our first jam without a lead.
So we're in a timeout right now.
Hey, you got some
and,
shout-outs maybe we could do?
Let's do that. So Vault 31 is a bar opening up in Vancouver, Washington, early 2019. Let Vault 31 be your destination for roller derby watch parties, esports, music, and more. Visit vault31bar.com for more information, or find Vault 31 on Facebook and give the page a like to be updated on their events.
And you got some personal shout-outs from the teams, right?
I do. I have a very, very special shout out to give to someone. So we have on Tyne and Fear, skater number 762, Jammunition, has someone very special watching and would like to say hello to Sophie. So Sophie, if you're watching, hey.
MRDA champs just turned into the love line.
It is. No, it's not. It's not that kind of love.
It's
I
derby
think
love.
she's a small person.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's mom.
I think it
it's
may be a daughter.
Daddy-daughter love.
Yes, it's
All
daddy-daughter love, not the other kind of love. So Sophie, hello from MRDA Champs. We appreciate your watching.
Yes, and if you are just tuning in, you are missing a great game. This is a matchup between the 10th seed Denver men's roller derby ground control and the 11th seed Tyne and Fear roller derby.
Yes.
I'm Bobby Narco. I'm joined by Rippy Longstocking. Our producer is the King, and this is the MRDA 2018 Championships. Rippy, who is jamming? Starting in the penalty box is Sparky. Who's jamming for Denver?
This is the Raging Cajun, and I was going to say everybody lining up at the Vault 31 pivot line.
Ah, a little throwback to the 80s.
Yeah.
To the aughts.
To the odds. There you go, yeah. And, you know, that's not a bad strategy, but with someone like the Raging Cajun who can take the extra space and run up and get through the pack is exactly what happened there. So maybe not always the best strategy.
Penalties coming in fast and furiously. Have a multiplayer and an illegal position. So two penalties, one skater from each team in the penalty box. Denver's pivot and a Tyne and Fear blocker. I've already forgot what the penalties I said were, but I was saying them as soon as I saw the gestures.
Yes, and it was a lot of whistles there at once. So
Yes, a cacophony of whistles.
it was. That's a good word. So you're taking a look at the Rydell penalty box there. You'll see Sparrow already on the line with the star for Denver. It looks like Dark Matter will be wearing the star for Tyne and Fear.
Official review by Denver, and I just noticed a fun math thing. Both of these scores are divisible by 27, so we have a 3-2 margin.
My God, your brain, man. He's good at those things.
Oh, we got to turn up the ref mic. I hope you were able to hear it home. We didn't hear it here. Let's ask the King if he heard.
We didn't have the mic up. Did you hear what did they talk in the mic? So just got a few little pieces of data here to share with you. Tyne is scoreless 10 out of the 22, and Denver has been scoreless 12 out of the 22.
Wow. And
I told you, these people are making me look really
three
smart.
of those jams were scoreless, which means that I don't know.
Okay, you can do that math. All right.
I had a thought there. It's gone. We're back out on the jammer line. I don't see anything happen. Was that really an official? It was an official review.
I think.
And nobody's reporting to the penalty box or being sprung from it. No adjustment to the score.
So on the scoreboard, we have Tyne and Fear having missed their official review. It's gone, missing.
Okay. So we know they lost it. We'll get some information as to what it was as soon as we find out.
So Dark Matter bumped Sparrow out of bounds, and so we have this recycle back now. Again, if
to have to do two initial laps, the preliminary initial.
That is the one of the reasons to do something like this. Another reason is to kill time.
Yeah, they both were able to spring skaters from that Rydell penalty box by this shenanigans.
Right. So Sparrow.
Or strategy.
Dark Matter was trying to do there was get his teammates up far enough to kind of hang on to Sparrow, and it was a.
Got a track cut called on one of the Denver blockers, so a slight pack advantage to Tyne and Fear. Tyne and Fear picks up lead nearly a minute into the jam.
So, oh my goodness. So Dark Matter through the pack again, picks up 5. Sparrow's also through the pack on the initial pass, now ready to put points on the board.
The only time Tyne and Fear broke its jammer rotation was in jam number 22 when number 99 Sparky was in the penalty box. So they had to break the jammer rotation because he had to jam two jams in a row. Otherwise, they have been rigid on that 3 jammer rotation.
So I would want to point out that we've Alchemist Prime has been to the penalty box 4 times so far. Now, we only have about 3 minutes and some change left in the first half, but really have to keep control of those because you only have the 3 left.
Yeah, half done, more than half done.
You need to calm that down a little bit. So lead jams, they are really close. I think you were just saying that Tyne is at 12 and Denver at 11. So
I didn't have the exact numbers, but yeah, the leads have been very, very close.
They've been switching off back and forth. And this is Moo out of the pack, got 1 to beat, and is lead jammer.
14 points put on the board by Dark Matter, the highest for Tyne and Fear this game.
So Raging Cajun around the top of that apex. Recognizes that a blocker went out of bounds, so was able to get through without a track cut, and looks like maybe
nothing.
We're waiting on our
for it.
Jam refs, and one point put on the board. So right now the sun is right in that window.
Yeah, they closed those front doors yesterday. We can get rid of that.
The sun is kind of setting,
easily.
and so there's the sun. But But King is right here beside me and helping me see those fingers in the air.
All right, right now we have Raging Cajun and Sparky on the line.
Sparky, number 99, through the pack, picking up lead jammer, but here comes Raging Cajun, keeping the pressure on.
2 jams in a row. If it sounded like at home we were saying Raging Cajun every other jam, we were.
We were,
and
really.
Now it's 2 in a row.
It's Raging Cajun, very excited about picking up that 1 point to Tyne and Fear's 0.
Yeah, team swapping 1-0 jams in the last 2 sets of whistles.
I do not know where Raging Cajun is getting this energy, but I would appreciate it if he would share us.
So many jams. We are going into jam number 26. I only have 30 lines on my score sheet, but fortunately we only have a minute and change left in the game.
Right.
But usually I see about 20, 21 jams per half, so we've got a lot of extra jams here. That's because we keep getting lead jams. We don't have only 1 jam without a lead jammer.
So with the star for Denver, and this will be Schneider, and Dark Matter again with the star for Tyne and Fear, getting a little shirt assist there, but getting through the pack, picking up lead.
Track cut coming in. Who's leaving on the track cut? Oh, it's the jammer, number
Schneider.
257, Schneider.
So this Tyne and Fear with control of the track and a power jam.
Yeah, Tyne and Fear's first power jam. The King and I are on the same wavelength, man. This is awesome.
You guys like share a brain. It's weird.
That's a 5-point pass for Tyne and Fear. This is the medicine they need. They trail by 15. 3 5-point passes, and it's a tie game. There's the second. One more 5-point pass, and it's a tie game.
We're at 1 minute left in this half.
If your end is not standing on
I'm sorry.
hair, if your hair is not standing on end.
I was looking at the jam clock. There's 1 minute left in the jam.
Dun, dun, dun.
Not the period clock. Sorry.
Yeah, period's almost over. 5 or some
Yep.
seconds left in the period clock. Star off. Initial pass completed on a star stash for Schneider. Do we get all 5 points?
Just 3. But look at that. It's a
Two-point
2-point game. We are headed into halftime. Holy cow, Bobby.
Oh my goodness, what a great game to call. I couldn't ask for better announcing partners than Rippy, Longstocking, and the King.
And the King.
All right.
It's been a pleasure. I hope that you will come back.
Yeah, we're going to do some statistical analysis for you, crunch the numbers, and we'll have a little report for you. Come on back in about 9 minutes.
Sounds good.
All right, see
All
you
right.
then.
Bye.
Welcome back to the 2018 Men's Roller Derby Association Championships. We have a great matchup here between Tyne and Fear and Denver. We have some
It's been
awesome
really
first half statistics to share with you.
Yes.
I'm Bobby Narco. I'm joined by Rippy Longstocking, our producers, the King. What can you tell us about the penalty situation in the game, Rippy?
So I'm going to put up a little graphic here, and it'll go over our face, which is fine with me.
Look at that.
So we're going to look at one set of penalties. So this is Denver's.
Nice.
And you can see nobody in huge penalty trouble, but as we mentioned here in the first half, Alchemist Prime really needs to sort of calm it down because that's 4 in the first half of the game. And so just keeping it a little control of that and will help out Denver a whole lot. Now, if we look at the other side here, we'll look at Tyne and Fear. So you see they're much more spread out there. Nicholas Rage with the most with 3, but everybody just kind of spreading out and sharing the love.
And several skaters with none.
Yes. So that's looks good for Tyne and Fear.
I have some lead jammer stats, some star pass stats, and some jammer penalty stats. These are unofficial. These are stats that King and I have been tracking. I think we have our heads together. We have 10 lead jams for Denver, 15 lead jams for Tyne and Fear, and 1 jam with no lead. That was jam number 21. Jam number 21 was also our only 2-minute jam. We had 3 jams where neither team scored. Those were jams number 1, jams number 7, and jams number 18. High score for Tyne and Fear in an individual jam with 14 points in jam number 23 is number 1, Dark Matter, and leading all scores in individual jams for Denver in jam number 20, number 72, the Raging Cajun, put 19 points on the board.
And those names are going to come up again with these other stats. So the high scorers for Tyne and Fear are Moo with 25 and Dark Matter with 45. And then for Denver, again, the Raging Cajun, who's been very successful out here, is 51.
How about that? Great scoring out there. And
It is a 2-point game. It's very exciting.
yeah. Who knew that 10 versus 11 could be so fun?
It has been a
Hey, these
blast.
teams are great teams. Don't let the seedings fool you. These are top-notch. This is the championships. This is the World Series of Roller Derby. This is the world. Well, this is the championships of
Yes,
the
it is.
Men's Roller Derby Association. I am honored to be here with you, Rippy. Who are our
Me too.
jammers?
So Raging Cajun off the line, coming out, picking up lead jammer for Denver. That's Dark Matter. Now, you've heard us say these names several times already.
Yeah, there are leading scorers, and they are
Dark
out there
Matter.
now.
Now, Dark Matter has been very successful against this Denver defense with some, again, some help there. Nice little apex jump there.
Low
by
block
the
penalty.
Raging Cajun.
Low block penalty coming in on number 89 for Denver. That's Alchemist Prime. 5th penalty for Alchemist Prime.
I'm sorry that you didn't have the camera angle to see that. So it looked like Dark Matter was trying to run a little interference there on Raging Cajun and didn't quite land it, and so that was out of the camera angle, but that's why the Raging Cajun had such a huge lead.
8 points put on the board by Denver makes the score 92-82, a 10-point lead heading into jam number 2 of period number 2.
Now, as you just mentioned, Alchemist Prime picking up a low block that brings him to 5. So really got to keep control of that.
All right, out on the jammer line now we have Lenzo. Not a lot of appearances on the jammer line for Lenzo. That's number 36 for Denver. And Moo, one part of the regular jammer rotations, 1999, 1999. It's like a clock.
Lenzo getting pumped out right here at turn number 1. But Moo already out of the pack, eligible to put points on the board. Stumbles a little bit.
Penalty coming in. Don't see the call. It's a low block. Who's
Low
going on the low
block.
block? Denver skater.
I'm not sure.
Didn't turn his uniform number to me before he hit that right up penalty box, but it's a blocker advantage definitely to Tyne and Fear. They have their full contingent on the track. Denver with only 3 blockers on the track. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Rippy.
No.
You were in the middle of a thought?
I
So
don't
many-
remember it.
so-
I know. Maybe I was.
So
Who
many thoughts
knows?
about excellent roller derby that we are seeing right
I was
now.
in the middle of a thought. I don't know. There were a lot of thoughts I had. So that's the Raging Cajun. Trying to knock Sparky, the number 99, Sparky, out of bounds, ends up picking up a forearm. Sparky able to get through the pack, pick up lead for Tyne and Fear, and sending also the Raging Cajun to the box.
Power jam.
So Sparky has been a very good, strong jammer out here so far this tournament. 5 points put on the board so far. Raging Cajun is standing in the box, but Sparky looking to get another 5 quickly on the board before Raging Cajun gets out. Everybody now around the 5-stride jammer line.
Yeah, that's pack stretching from turn 1 to turn 3.
That is number 6 on Alchemist Prime. Number 6, another low block.
And lead change showing on the board. And it is indeed time to sip your apple whiskey if you have it.
It is. I will drink some of my water.
Love our production here from Lane County Concussion.
You actually have something to drink. I didn't realize.
14 points, ties the highest jam of the game.
Sneaky.
That was put on the board by Sparky for Tyne and Fear. Individual high score for Tyne and Fear, I should say. Puts them up at an even 100 points.
So that is Dark Matter around the outside and picks up lead jammer around Detmer. Just doing a great move on the outside. Sparrow wearing the star for Denver, working against the defense of Tyne and Fear.
Got a multiplayer block coming in. Who's leaving on the multiplayer? One of the Tyne and Fear. No, excuse me, one of the Denver blockers. Who was that
And
last
that is
jammer?
Detmer.
Who was that last jammer for Tyne and Fear?
Tyne and Fear was Dark Matter.
Dark Matter. Of course. 1999. I shouldn't have to ask for,
Right. You can just look
for
at your
Tyne and
things.
Fear. And stoppage of play, an official timeout, team timeout, Denver.
It may not be a bad time to call a timeout because you have one of your regular players, Alchemist Prime, with sitting on 6 penalties. Tyne and Fear, when their jammers get out and pick up lead, they're extremely effective at getting the most points possible and calling it off and not allowing Denver to put any on the board. And the defense, I got to say, of Tyne and Fear, maybe the blockers don't get as much action in terms of us talking about them. I don't know about their action, but as much action from us and the announcers. But they certainly are doing a great job at opening up lanes.
yes.
And helping
Jammer's
the
only
jammers
as
get
good
through.
as its pack, and a pack is only
That's-
as good as its pivot, I would say.
In many cases, yes, yeah. And, great communication. They've been able to lock it down and not allow any seams.
While we still have a couple seconds left, I'd like to give a shout out to Hit This. Before you hit the track, Hit This. Also to our wonderful friends at Left Turn Clothing. They have athletic apparel for men and women. Also like to give some love to Vault 31. They're a bar opening in Vancouver, Washington early next year. Let Vault 31 be your destination for roller derby, watch parties, esports, music, and more. You can find them at vault31.bar.com for more information, or give them a look on Facebook. Like them, and they will keep you up to date. Got a lead jam for Tyne and Fear right now. That is Moo out on the jammer line. Ferguson jamming for Denver.
And Tyne and Fear has picked up lead in the last 8 of the last 9 jams. And that includes going into the previous half, yeah. Because we're only on jam 5.
Only thing breaking that up was jam number 1 of this first period. Forearm penalty coming in. That's number 82 to the penalty box, Dog, for Tyne and Fear.
So we will
we need the EMTs.
move the camera over.
Yeah.
And so we'll get our camera person to move. There we go.
There we go.
and we will allow our medical professionals to come on out.
If you are listening from the Pacific Northwest and want to join us at the after party, it's going to be at Southeast Speakeasy, or South Side Speakeasy, 3529 Fairview Industrial Avenue Southeast here in Salem, Oregon. If you are just tuning in, it is 5 minutes into the second period of game number 10 here at the 2018 Men's Roller Derby Association Championships, a matchup between the 10th-seeded Denver Men's Roller Derby Ground Control and the 11th-seeded Tyne and Fear. What's the team name for Tyne and Fear? Do we have that? I have it somewhere.
It's just Tyne and Fear, Newcastle. Either call them Newcastle or Tyne and Fear.
Ah, there you go. Tyne and Fear Roller Derby. Team name, league name.
They're just Tyne and Fear. That's what they like.
There we go.
Tyne and Fear.
Fear them. Great name.
And clearly, they have done some great work out here in this tournament and should be feared. Nice
gold accents on their uniforms. Very, very, I don't know, collegiate almost looking, or like a club looking, with the laurels and the TFRD in between, separated. What were those in between the laurels, making that X, the separated TFRD?
You know what? I cannot see them. So.
All right. Denver in a classic silver and navy kit, almost like the Air Force, which has its academy in near Denver, Colorado.
So you will hear the applause and see the applause on your camera, and that means that Ferguson has exited the track on his own, but probably will sit out the requisite 3 jams to just make sure.
And you saw Sniper talking with the head ref there. I'm sure that they were going over what the protocols are, making sure that everybody's on the same page. Safety first.
Absolutely.
Even though this is a tremendously physical competition, everybody's still friends when it's over, and we all want to make sure that we are all safe.
And we'd like to see all of you out at the Southside Speakeasy if you're here, in the venue or near the venue.
Right. Five Stride Skate Shop is our jam line sponsor. Looks like if things hold true, we're going to have number 99 for the white team. That is 99, Sparky. And can you see who that Denver jammer is?
That is the Raging Cajun.
No, surprise, surprise. Actually, it's kind of a surprise. Raging Cajun hasn't jammed since jam number 3. This might be the longest that Raging Cajun has gone between jams.
Well, I gotta say, because the Raging Cajun has been out there so many times, it might just needed to sit down for a minute.
Yeah, you have to go back to jams 10 through 13 before you find Cajun sitting that long. And it pays off. Lead jam goes to the Raging Cajun.
Just needed to catch his breath so he could come back out and do that.
Spicy move on the outside by the Cajun. No point, no penalty.
Really nice move there. That was that Kimikow? I'm just seeing some really great moves, and all this is happening really fast. But yeah, that was Linzo. I'm sorry, Linzo. I apologize, sir. Great move there to knock out the blocker, trying to recycle your jammer.
We got a failure to return on blue number 7. That's Detmer.
And Sparky, with star in hand, actually just decides to sneak it through, or stash it through. So that jam is called off. 14 points put on the board.
That's the
Denver.
Highest individual jam of the period for Denver. And that puts them over the century mark there at 106. Both teams now in triple digits. And only 7 points separating these two teams. We could say a touchdown. If you are not familiar with that term, it's from American football. If you are watching from overseas.
So this is a new one. Baby Stelly wearing the star for Denver up against Dark Matter wearing the star for Tyne and Fear. Oh, both jammers are out, and it looks like, I'm looking at the jam ref, it's Baby Stelly.
Yeah, look for the armband.
Yeah, it's everybody's right on top of one another. Dark Matter bringing up a close second, but Baby Stelly trying to get around. The pack is flying around the track.
We've got a Tyne and Fear skater heading to the penalty box. That's number 26.
Detmer's looking to give a little assist and does. Baby Stelly able to make it through, calls it off, picks up 3, and keeps Dark Matter from scoring.
So Justin Stelly doing a good job out there. All right, out on the jammer line, we have Raging Cajun against Moo, 72 versus 9.
I'm
Sorry
yes,
for
it
that
is
delay
It
there.
is Moo, yes. It is number 9, Moo.
And we have lead. Lead has gone to Raging Cajun. 3 lead jams in a row for Denver.
But Moo also out of the pack for Tyne and Fear.
That's a lead change.
Lead. Yeah, we can tell by the crowd.
And Brutiful, I heard you might have heard Brutiful coming over your feed there. The house announcer. Some great announcing here also. Got to give mad props to our tournament head announcer, Julia Sleazer, for picking a great crew of announcers.
Oh my goodness, that was such a weird, horrible.
Yeah, low block coming in as a result of it. Who's going to the penalty box on the low block? Nobody yet.
I think that's the Raging Cajun. So this will be a power start for Tyne and Fear. Raging Cajun heads to the box.
It is in fact a lead change. From down by 4 to up by 4.
And Denver is going to call that official review. So Denver has had 3 lead jams in a row, holding Tyne and Fear scoreless.
And each team with 4 in the half. Tyne and Fear are strung there 4 together between jams 2 and 5. Denver picked up the first one, but now on the back of those 3 lead jams in a row, each team splitting the lead, and they are straddling the lead, the lead in the game, bouncing back and forth.
Yes, they are.
If you are having apple whiskey at home, take another sip.
Tyne and Fear are requesting an expulsion on the Denver Jammer.
All right, apparently Tyne and Fear is requesting an expulsion on the Denver Jammer.
Sorry about that.
I'm being instructed to turn down the ref mic. I apologize for if any sound equipment has been blown. Celebrating the lead change, 117 to 113.
So 20 points Denver has scored in the last 3 jams.
Wow.
And as we know, Raging Cajun has been instrumental in keeping Denver alive and in this game, and jockeying back and forth with lead. So this expulsion is a big ask.
Yeah.
It's a big ask, and
it was a hard hit.
It was a very hard hit. I was not that close to the track where the hit happened, and so we'll need to get the perspectives of the officials that were standing right there.
No, but your reaction is memorialized on the broadcast of this. It was very serious.
Yes. Sorry about the sound effects, people in virtual land.
It was a genuine reaction to a serious situation on the track.
So Raging Cajun so far has 76 points in this game out of the 117. So again, this will be monumental.
That's 2/3.
Either way, whichever, if he gets to stay, we can see these points, continue to happen. If he doesn't get to stay, it'll be a big deal for Denver.
That's almost exactly 2/3 of the score.
Yeah. I mean,
those 3 lead jams in a row that Denver has, 2 of them were by Raging Cajun.
Right. I mean,
it's not an unreasonable ask, but it's a big ask.
It is not a reasonable ask. I'm just saying for Denver, it would be a major morale kill, I think. Like just something that would...
You are watching the crowd here at the Oregon Exposition Center here in lovely Salem. Boy, we've had fantastic weather the past few days.
We have.
Maybe if we get a help with the Twitter, anybody looking at their Twitter, if you want to send us in, we're at, give us those hashtags again.
It's hashtag 2018 MRDA champs.
All right. I understand some people are also leaving off the 2018 and just hashtagging MRDA champs as well.
They're writing championship, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So hey, put both, because you can put as many hashtags as you want. You can put like hashtag roller derby, hashtag MRDA.
Hashtag cats of MRDA.
You can. Hashtag MRDA champs 2018.
Yeah. With the 2018 in parenthesis, that means it's optional. You can just put MRDA champs 2018.
Just everything. Just write the word derby a lot, and MRDA will find you.
The Blue Jammers jump was legal and had adequate landing zone. White blocker moved into the path, therefore as the initiator. Contact was chest to chest and legal. Blue Jammer low blocked the white blocker and therefore will serve the penalty. No expulsion will be issued.
Crowd reacting very favorably to that.
Yeah, and a really wonderful explanation from our skating officials. Great job. So there was a penalty. It just wasn't that hit.
Right. They didn't want the no expulsion was granted, and they're going to
So-
lose their official review because the penalty had been issued. They were looking for specifically for an expulsion.
Expulsion, right. So good news for Denver.
Yeah. And a 4-point game. Just barely as wide as a toe stop is 4 points. 117 to 113. 4 aces, a tray, and a 7 on the scoreboard. Here we go. Jam number 9 of the second period. Who's jamming, Rippy?
That off the 5-stride jammer line is number 99, Sparky.
Raging Cage is starting in that right L penalty box.
And Sparky, it's out of the pack, picks up lead jammer for Tyne and Fear.
First time since jam number 5 that Tyne and Fear has picked up the lead.
Gets a little hand slap there from Senecal. Doesn't need that much of an assist, but it's just nice to have your teammates give you a little assist on the inside.
I always get by with a little help from your friends.
That's right. Your blockers. Sparky just flying through. That's 10 points so far before the Raging Cajun comes out of the box.
And with those 10 points, a lead change.
So Sparky's going to come in and call it off before the Raging Cajun can get in, and I think he was successful.
Yeah, definitely. 15 points. All 3 Grand Slam passes. Makes the score 128 to 117, and it is a lead change.
You see him celebrating coming into the Apex Wellness bench of Tyne and Fear.
And that 15 points for Tyne and Fear, their highest individual scoring jam of the game, surpassing the 14 points that were put on the board by number 1 in the first period, by Dark Matter in the first period.
Well, here's Dark Matter, speak of the devil.
There you go.
Facing off against Sparrow for Denver.
Sparrow number 98 on the Navy team. Lead jam to Dark Matter. 2 in a row for Tyne and Fear.
Sparrow coming up against that tough Tyne and Fear defense. They are able to scooch him out. Dark Matter up against now the Denver tripod. Comes around backwards, is through the pack. Picks up 5.
Got eyes on the Denver Jammer, still on the initial pass. The forearm penalty coming in. Who's leaving on the forearm? That is number 0, Barnabash for Tyne and Fear. Another whistle.
Whistles, and
Is that
Sparrow's slow to get up, but does pick up a forearm penalty.
Yeah, that is number 98, Sparrow, leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't see the call.
So it was a forearm.
Forearm,
Mhm,
okay.
mhm. And so here comes Dark Matter with the lead and a power jam. So far, Sparky has had 29 this half. So the number 99, Sparky, I should say, has had 29 in this half. But Dark Matter's going to... Oh, nope. Dark Matter's going to call it off here. I thought Dark Matter was going to give Sparky a run for his money, but
15 more points brings Tyne and Fear up to 17 more points.
Mhm.
Brings them up to 145. That represents more than 10% of their score on that last jam.
So Denver has given up 3 power jams so far. Now we are looking at so as I might have mentioned to you, number 89, which is Alchemist Prime, did pick up the 7th penalty.
So do we know who's serving that penalty then?
So only Sparrow's in the box right
Oh, right,
now.
okay.
So probably that happened in the last jam without
Snuck
my
it
picking
by
up.
us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Moo is number
So-
9 on the line for Tyne and Fear.
Mm-hmm.
Lead is still open. Boom. Nice hit. Joe
Ooh.
Cruz unpacks the dynamite.
Now Sparrow is out of the box, engaging with Nicholas Rage. Nicholas Rage has done a great job.
Out of the box and into the lead is Sparrow.
Done a great job out there, I was going to say, about Nicholas Rage. Sitting on 5 penalties, so Nicholas Rage doing a great job defensively, but does need to calm that down. And Sparrow,
Illegal contact, I believe, was the call.
yeah,
On the-
illegal contact. I think you're correct. On
80
dog?
82, yeah.
On dog.
Bad dog. To the
So-
Rydell penalty box.
Yes. So we let's see.
2 points there is 119, and 1 point makes 146. What are you looking at, Rippy? You got a thought
I
you're
was just-
brewing.
I was looking at the penalty count here for dog.
How's Dog doing on the penalties?
So far, I mean, not bad. Just 2.
99 on the white team is Sparky. Number 18 on the Navy team is
Oh,
Ferguson.
Ferguson is back, but it's Sparky.
The lead jammer's not the jammer in the lead.
But Ferguson popping out. Now remember, Ferguson got up really slowly, so
They're on the penalty kill, so White takes the top of the pack and turns on the Jets, trying to spring their pivot from the box, but nothing doing.
but does prevent Ferguson from putting any points on the board. So just a really fast. So Tyne and Fear is ahead, so can't afford to expend a little time here and there.
They took it as far as they could, took as much time off of that penalty as they could, and now the clock is in your favor. Now you have a 27-point lead, and now it might make sense to take some time off the clock. Our first scoreless jam of the second half.
So no shocker here. We have the Raging Cajun back on the line, facing off against Dark Matter. 2 of our highest scoring jammers out here today, or in this game. Can't speak for the entire day.
You can.
I might be wrong.
That's okay. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Dark Matter picks up lead jam for Tyne and Fear. That's 2 in a row for the last 5.
And Raging Cajun also out of the pack, prepared to put points on the board. Tyne and Fear has picked up lead 4 out of the last 5.
That's exactly what I just said.
Did
King,
you?
I love you.
Did you?
2 in a row for the last 5.
I've got 2 stats people on either side of me.
It's nice,
and it's
isn't
like,
it?
It is nice, but both of you are handing me information. It's like, well, what do I say?
Math
you all made me
heaven.
look beautifully smart, so it's fine.
And 1 point there and 4 points makes a very even score. Both of these numbers are divisible by 30, and we have a 5-4 margin in favor of Tyne and Fear. 150 to 120. Jam number 14 coming up. Who is out there on the 5-stride jammer line? Rippy Longstocking.
So number 36, Linza wearing the star for Denver, and number 9 wearing the Moo wearing the star for Tyne and Fear, coming off the 5-stride jammer line.
Only the second jam for Lenzo this period. Also had 1 jam in the first period, so Lenzo jamming for the 3rd time this game.
Everybody falling out here on the straightaway. I mean, we didn't even make it to the Vault 31 pivot line before everybody fell out. And yes, that is Barnabash is going to have to let Lenzo go. Lenzo picks up lead jammer, but here comes Moo also out of the pack. Everybody prepared to put points on the board, but Lenzo will make it through the, 2 blockers left to beat. Lenzo comes in, but I think Moo was able to put a couple on the board, yes.
Lenzo's 2 for 3 as lead jammer on those 3 appearances on the jammer line, has got lead 2 times.
So 5 points went on the board by Denver, 2 by Tyne and Fear. That brings us to total 152 to 125.
Not
Tyne
quite a
and Fear up.
palindrome, but lots of aces, deuces, and 5s on the
Yes.
scoreboard. Somebody's got to take a sip of something for that.
Right. But it is 13 minutes left in the second half. This is game number 10.
Out on the 5-stride jammer line, Raging Cajun and Sparky. Here we go. High block coming in, lead jam coming in. I'll take the high block, you take the lead jam. Lead jam went to Denver. I don't know who the high block. Whoever's in the penalty box got the high block. It's a Tyne and Fear skater.
And that is unfortunately Nicholas Rage. And I mentioned before that Nicholas Rage was sitting on 5, now has 6. And so Nicholas Rage has done a lot of work out there defensively, so I think this might be quite noticeable by Tyne and Fear.
Our second scoreless jam of the half, our fifth scoreless jam of the game.
And Ferguson, wearing the star for Denver, out of the pack, picking up lead. That's Dark Matter working against the Denver defense, trying to get out on the initial pass for Tyne and Fear. Oh, Ferguson on the inside, almost, but now getting recycled back by Bull. Now Dark Matter is out of the pack.
Forearm penalty called on the Denver skater that's reporting to the box. Oh, we got another penalty on the pivot. I don't know which is the forearm. Maybe they were both forearms?
No, one was illegal contact.
The first was a forearm, the second was a contact.
There we go.
There it is.
Yes, we're getting the hand signals.
It takes a village to make a call.
There's
the
so
king helping
many,
us out
yes.
in every possible way. Also, we got our ace production crew from Lance County Concussion Roller Derby. Everything is rolling swimmingly here at the 2018 Men's Roller Derby Association Championship. 3 points on the board for Denver brings them up to 128. Tyne and Fear sitting on 152. Who is jamming?
That is Moo, and Moo comes in and picks up lead jammer as we see that's Justin Stelly headed to the penalty box, the Rydell penalty box.
Breaking up a 3 lead jam in a row streak that Denver had been on with that lead jam for Tyne and Fear.
Lots of purple now sitting in the Rydell penalty box, but we are getting, I'm sorry, Justin Stelly is now out of the box. Okay, because there wasn't room. There we go. Okay.
But there was no room at the end.
There was no room in the Rydell penalty box.
So he will be the prodigal blocker and have to return to the track. Illegal position coming in at the very end. Let's see who's reporting. It's another Denver blocker, and now there is room.
There is room. There's been a lot of I think that was Justin Stelly reporting for that penalty that wasn't unable. There was no chair. Sorry, that's okay.
I can't sit if there's no chair. I don't know what you want me to do.
And
29-point lead.
You just have to keep playing until you can do this. Now, we will hear from our referees in just a minute about what this official review is.
It's got to be Denver.
Definitely called by Denver, yeah.
No, but they lost their official review. Denver lost their official review.
No, that was
after
Tyne
jam number 8.
Looking for an expulsion
my
on
line on the wrong side.
Yes, they were looking for an expulsion on Raging Cajun. Yes, and they did not get that. But now Denver looking for some kind of call, and we'll figure out exactly, because I really hate speculating. There was so much happening on the track. But hey, let me give you a shout out to Rydell Skates for sponsoring the 2018 MRDA Championships.
Rydell Skates, the leader in roller derby.
And their blocker.
Sorry, we didn't get that turned up in time. We had some papers on knobs.
There were things.
Things on the things.
But we will get the result of this. They're going to discuss the outcome of this.
Right now, one of the leaders in roller skating technology here in the 21st century. Also, we'll love to hit this derby gear and to Apex Wellness Center, Left Turn Clothing, all the great sponsors here. Five Strike Skate Shop. Program ads if you're here at the venue or come to the venue tomorrow. They were sponsored by Umpqua Bank.
Yes.
And our after parties are at Southside
Speakeasy. And that's at 3529 Fairview. So Fairview Industrial Drive Southeast. Want to make sure that's clear for everybody who's here near the Salem area.
Yeah, don't go to the other one on Northeast.
You know, when you're typing the stuff into Google,
that's the north side. That's
specific.
The north side Speakeasy.
You need to know this stuff. So.
There is one. There is a north side Speakeasy.
That's
this is just
right.
coming in from Lane County Concussion. That's sweet. We thought we were making a joke, and no, we're just telling true facts.
True facts. That's all you get here, folks. True facts.
True facts about the roller derby skater. All right, remind me to turn. Let's get these papers off these knobs. We got to get the
Yes.
ref mic up.
Because we so want to hear the outcome of this official review, which was called again by Denver.
And apologies for not getting that turned up earlier. Hopefully they'll recap it. Who is that head ref? Did a great job. That head ref is Darth Bling. Did a great job explaining that prior official
Yes.
review.
So thankful for the knowledge and expertise that's out here on the track right now. So we always get our recap after the coaches and teams are informed.
So that we're not the ones breaking the news.
Right.
Protocol comes from the house announcers. They don't want the crowd knowing the results before the
Sure,
captains
sure.
do, and as well it should be. Here we go. Hope I don't break your ears.
Upon review, the out-of-play block on the blue blocker on the Denver blocker was incorrect. Instead, a failure to reform penalty will be assessed. Due to officiating error, Denver will keep their official review for the half.
How about that? Winning on a
That
technicality, challenging
is
the penalty,
amazing.
and it was the wrong penalty. You still get a penalty, but it's the wrong
Right.
penalty, so you keep your review.
But Denver will keep the review, so that's very interesting.
And useful. This is still
yeah.
anybody's game here.
I love coming to tournaments because the weirdest stuff comes up, and I learn rules, all the ins and outs of rules that way. Like,
Guess who's on back-to-back jams for Denver?
I'm gonna guess the Raging Cajun.
How did you know? And like clockwork, number 99 out on the jammer line, that is Sparky.
Oh, Sparky on the outside, picking up lead for Tyne and Fear, but here comes the Raging Cajun. Not gonna give that one up easily.
2:07 to the penalty box. Didn't see the call.
Can't get there.
Illegal position. 0 called on Barnabash. Called on number 0 Barnabash. 4 points picked up by Tyne and Fear brings them to 161.
So Judgment Day is out still on the track because could not report to the penalty box because it is full, and so Judgment Day will just stay on the track and then report as soon as that seat is empty.
We like to call that being in the queue, right?
Yeah. Actually, yes. So the Cajun has jammed in 9 of the last 18. So I think that's
Wow.
we've
Half.
noticed that. It's really felt that way
Yeah.
every other time.
If it seems like we're saying his name every other time, and sometimes
If
back
it
to
felt like he was out there every other time. then
Imagine how he feels.
it, no, right? Like you thought you heard us saying his name a lot, and you were right.
Official timeout right here is what is stopping the clock. Number 1 is going to be the jammer of record, Dark Matter.
Mm-hmm.
And do you see who that is for Denver out there? Of course you do. And of course it's 72, isn't it?
I'm sorry, there's a big screen in my way, and I cannot see the person's face.
That's 3 jams in a row. Yeah,
Yeah,
Ron.
there we
The king is giving me confirmation.
Because I cannot see it, but the king can. And yes, that's the Raging Cajun. There we go. Good camera angle, guys.
I want what he has for breakfast.
Right. And lunch and dinner.
Right. All right, the official timeout is wrapping
Because
up. The officials are taking their
Remember,
positions.
they have already played, right? And
Yeah.
so, this energy, I don't even know where it comes from.
It comes from training,
Yes.
good diet,
What?
and
And-
good, hard, clean living.
And that's
Meanwhile,
it. But I'm telling you, these are our two,
Third-
one of our main high-scoring sets of jammers, and they're both out of the pack.
you could say third time's the charm.
Maybe.
Raging Cajun jams 3 times in a row. It doesn't get lead until this, but
But,
picking up
yep.
a low block.
And so that was, low block, and then did not leave the track immediately. So we've got 2 penalties going on here.
Low block and a misconduct.
So yeah, it's just simply from not leaving the track. And so this is a power jam for Tyne and Fear. Dark Matter cannot get lead, but this will be a full-on 2-minute jam.
Our
just
first 2-minute jam of the half,
full-
our second 2-minute jam of the game.
full power 2 minutes.
1 minute.
1
the
minute. Oh,
30-second penalties, 2 penalties, 1 minute, 5 points on the board.
The jam will run 2 minutes.
Yes.
Right.
The
Yes.
jam will
There we
run
go.
2 minutes, and it will be a power jam for, several more seconds.
Yes. And,
Nice Apex Leap. That Apex Leap brought to you by Apex Wellness Center.
So Dark Matter is just kind of, and I've mentioned this before, Dark Matter is not a jumpy kind of jammer, just really kind of,
forearm
has
penalty.
strides.
That's number 0, Barnabash on the forearm.
Barnabash up with 5 penalties so far. No, the Raging Cajun is out of the box. It actually runs into Dark Matter, sends Dark Matter into the infield. The Raging Cajun is out with 4. I've only got 19 seconds left on the jammer clock. We're under 8 minutes in the second half here.
Dark Matter using his gray matter. You like what I did there?
I did. I do. Could be Dark Gray Matter.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my goodness! What an amazing thing!
We got each jammer making an apex leap during the course of this jam.
That was a like spin backwards, whatever. Dance
That's
move.
14 points for Denver, accounting for 10% of their score. And 22 points on the board for Tyne and Fear is the highest individual jam score of the game. And combined 36 points. I'm going to ask the king if we've had any jam that has had 36 points combined. I think that's our highest total scoring jam for when you add both jammer scores together.
Yeah, he'll probably give me a little update here in a minute, of course. But that is Moo back on the line for Tyne and Fear. And Ferguson coming off that 5-stride jammer line, and it looks like Ferguson picked up lead, but look out, because Moo is not going to make it easy. The pack speeding up, trying to get out ahead of these jammers.
Moo leading a stampede.
Dun-dun-dun.
Trying to milk it for all it's worth.
Moo might have picked up one. Let's see.
I'm seeing 0-0.
0-0, yes, you're
Our
correct.
third scoreless jam of the half. Our 6th scoreless jam of the game. Very seldom you see this many scoreless jams.
Boy, when they both get out, the speed out there, and
Who let the Moo out? 41-point lead heading into jam number 21 of the game of the second half. Jam number 47 of the game.
shockingly,
Lots
it's the
of-
Raging Cajun. Shockingly. And facing off against Sparky off the 5-stride jammer line. Oh my goodness!
Cajun has jammed 4 of the last 5 and 5 of the last 7 for Denver.
That
No
was
pass,
like-
no penalty, so not lead. Go ahead.
That was not even an apex jump. That was a
A straightaway jump. Yep.
Oh. So 0-0 is what our jam refs are saying here.
Back-to-back scoreless jams. That's the first time we've done this.
I was so excited about that kind of, I'm going to jump around you jump. That was amazing. I can't believe he has so much energy.
Hey, do you know if we have an interview coming up after the game?
I'm sure, but I'm not sure who.
Who's going to be doing it and who's going to be
doing it,
being
because
interviewed?
they usually are setting up here in the second half, but so I imagine here in the next minute or so they'll start setting up, but we can see who it is.
This is a team timeout. Flashing on the scoreboard, it is indicating Tyne and Fear's second timeout.
Now, right now, it looks like Linzo wearing the star for Denver.
About time for some relief. Like I said, Cajun has
Yeah.
jammed 4 of the last 5, 5 of the last 7, 7 of the last 9.
It's a machine. It's a machine.
Yep.
So Linzo has not been ineffective as a jammer out here, and so it's a good rotation to give the Raging Cajun a break.
Here's a fun trend I just noticed looking at Denver Jammers rotation. They're, for the most part, multiples of 18. We have 18, 36, and 72 as the go-to jammers for Denver. Number 98 also sporting the star. Sparrow from time to time breaking that. Actually not breaking that. No, yes, breaking that. But still,
Yes.
a lot of them are multiples of 18. Meanwhile, enough numerology. Tell us who's jamming.
So that is Dark Matter out there picking up lead, and I just want to point out that Dark Matter has made 103 points of Tyne and Fear's points.
Wow.
So here comes Linzo with the star. Dark Matter is lead, but doesn't call it there. It's a 4-4. So Linzo trying to do a little bump there. And let's see what Dark Matter is going to do here. Dark Matter not calling it. I guess Dark Matter was relying on the blockers to hang on to Linzo. But here we go again. So it is Not a super fast jam, but Lenzo getting knocked out of bounds comes right back in. And Dark Matter on the inside, now passing everybody, picks up 4. Lenzo still getting held up in the defense. Pack is approaching 3, turn 3, and Lenzo gets bumped out.
Under 5 minutes left in the half. Pack stalled out on the backstretch.
So, again, Dark Matter has lead, can call it. But I think they were looking for a little more. Okay, and then Lenzo bumped Dark Matter out now. And so this is this strategy for me when you're down points and you need to get this jam going and called off, that strategy isn't necessarily the best one. And so
yeah, and it just backfired when Lenzo got stopped at the back of the pack. Fortunately, Dark Matter, although
Also
did pick up
bumped
some
out.
points, did get bumped to the infield, so going to have to complete that pass.
So Dark Matter, clearly the strategy here is just to kind of run out the clock a little bit.
Yeah, time's on your side.
Take out, I think Dark Matter should be aware that he has put most of the points on the board for Tyne and Fear. Got a 46-point lead. Let's just kind of run out the clock. So
Yeah,
we're
both
at
teams scoring in bunches.
33.
12 points on the board for Denver brings them up to 154, but 17 points on the board for Tyne and Fear brings them up to a cool $2. 200 points for Tyne and Fear.
So again,
if points were pennies, it would be $2.
Yes, and 120 now points put on the board by Dark Matter alone.
That's 60%.
It is.
Oh
It
no,
is.
that's Tyne and Fear. It's that's not. That would be 60% of 200.
I just nodded with you because
It sounded
you're doing
good,
math
right?
really fast, and I need a little bit of time before the math works for me. And so
Jason Stelly now out
I
on the
just
line
kinda
for Denver.
trust you.
Jason Stelly now out on the line for Denver. We want to apologize. We had some conflicting information earlier, so if we've at all offended Jason by using a different name during the broadcast, that was the information we were given. We apologize if we've offended you. Jason Stelly. Who's out on the jammer line right now?
Well, Stelly was one of them, and the other one
That's
is
why
Moog.
we're talking about it.
So our rosters actually look a little bit different than what some of the spreadsheets that we were given. So we are working as best we can, and if you want to let us know something that makes you unhappy, we will try to change it.
So we got Raging Cajun on the line up against Moo. Moo forced to the outside by the Denver pivot, number 257, Schneider, taken back to that 5-stride jammer line. Penalty coming in.
Oh, nice hit by, I think that was Broderick, yes.
Forearm penalty picked up. Lead jam goes to Denver.
So Moo also out of the pack. 3-minute mark we are approaching right here. 200 points go to Tyne and Fear and 154 for Denver. Denver with control of the track.
And Tyne and Fear playing a little runaway. Nice hit.
Okay, so Jason Stelly picking up 3 on that pass. It looks like the 3 fingers in the air there. And
brings Denver up
Moo.
to 157. Moo held scoreless,
Scoreless
so
for that
Tyne
one.
and Fear sitting on 200. And 2 minutes and 40-some seconds left to play.
and a timeout on the floor called by Denver.
Denver's timeout, their last.
If we take a look at the Rydell penalty box, what we'll see is 1 blocker for Tyne and Fear, 2 blockers for Denver. So slight track advantage to Tyne and Fear.
We are heading into jam number 50, and there's still 2 minutes and 43 seconds left. We are going to have in excess of 50 jams.
It's because so many of them are so
I feel like
fast.
Smuckers. You know, Smuckers meets Heinz. We got
Yes.
over
Yes.
50 jams.
So many flavors. Or spices. Is that what it is? Spices, yes.
57 varieties of Heinz.
Varieties.
57 varieties of Heinz.
And Heinz 57 is spices. Spices, right? Yeah. So Sparky, number 99 Sparky, on the line, facing off against Jason Stelly. Sparky, now, you know, we always talk about dark matter, but Sparky has 33 in this half alone. So not, I mean, I don't want to discount Sparky as having a lot. Sparky out as lead and through the pack very quickly.
That's 3 out of the last 4.
Wow, I mean, just so fast. Now, Jason Stelly through the pack on ready to put up points now, but coming up against the Tyne and Fear defense.
Is that jury just a number 72 though? That's Raging Cajun, isn't it? It says
Yeah.
Stelly on the back, but it's 72.
Well, this is Jason and this is Justin.
Oh.
So you can't even say J. You have to say their whole.
Got it.
Got it.
Why don't we just say? Are we supposed to be saying Justin Stelly instead of Raging Cajun? Because that's showing on the screen there.
It is.
You had me confused for a second.
It
Forearm
is.
penalty coming in on number 40 for that's Broderick.
It is a little confusing because, again, we have their derby names on our roster.
Right, we got 2 Stellys, we got 2
and
Sparkies.
And we have this other spreadsheet where the team has indicated what they would like to be called. And so on the roster, it has their derby names, but on the spreadsheet, it has their legal names. And so I'm just going to flip-flop back and forth between their legal and their not legal. And we'll just say the numbers as many times as we can so that you can know who we're talking about. And we do apologize again if anyone's confused, and also for any players. Just know that we are given a lot of information right at the beginning of every tournament, and
it's subject to change. Yeah.
And it conflicts. You can actually have 2 pieces of information that are exactly opposite, and that's just really hard.
I did it again. I was not hot enough on the ref mic for that official review. It is Denver using their bonus official review. They're half a muffin.
So.
Oh, I think probably just using it as a timeout, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we didn't miss much. We'll turn that ref mic back down.
So Tyne and Fear has played pretty clearly this half. I do believe they have not given up any power jams, let's say it that way. They have had a couple of penalties, but not given up any power jams.
All right, out on the jammer line now we have Ferguson going up against Dark Matters. Ferguson number 18 for Denver, Dark Matter number 1 for Tyne and Fear. And did you get that lead jam already? Dark Matter picking up lead jam? Yes, you did. Penalty coming in is an illegal position on number 83, too far out in front, and not reforming quickly enough is Nicholas Rage. Also a pivot to the penalty box for Tyne and Fear, so a 2-blocker advantage for Denver, but not the lead.
I need to quit saying that they're playing cleanly because apparently the announcer's curse happens on broadcast as well, and so I'll stop saying that. Dark Matter 3-4-4.
Yeah, both teams swapping 4-point passes. Tyne and Fear content to let that happen.
Mm-hmm. Just ready to let this clock roll down. There are 50 seconds left on the period clock, 1 minute, or just over 1 minute left on the jam clock. So I predict what we're trying to do is just let this clock go down and call it at the end of the period clock expiration. So there has been a star pass to Linzo. Linzo is now the one wearing the star for Denver. Dark Matter still making it through again for another pass. Linzo coming in to the pack now. Oh, big hits there. But Linzo standing up, still makes it through, picks up 4. So we are just trading 4. But Denver with 15 so far, 8 so far. And I think, yes, that's exactly what happened. Tyne and Fear wanted to let that period clock expire so that they could call it off. Really great position to be in. So right now our unofficial final is 176 to 216. We will, of course, wait for our officials to declare this as the final score.
Teams are lining up for their victory laps, exchanging love amongst each other, about to exchange some love. Who's lining up over there in the black and green? Over there on turn number 3?
That looks a little like St. Louis.
Doesn't it, Dust?
I think it might be St. Louis.
The Gatekeepers ready to battle it out in the very next set of in game number 11 here at the 2018 Men's Roller Derby Association Championship, World Championships.
So this will be St. Louis versus Toulouse. And now we're having some victory laps here. Maybe I can throw some penalties up here.
40-point victory
always
for Tyne and
interesting.
Fear. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get those penalty tracks. After these victory laps are over, Go-Go Boots is going to be interviewing Stelly. I'm assuming that has got to be Raging Cajun that Go-Go Boots is going to be talking to, although not necessarily.
There are 2 Stellies on that team,
there
so
are.
you know we do like to show everybody some love.
So we will see who Go-Go Boots has out there, but it is going to be one of the Stelly boys.
So you see here, if you're looking at the penalty board, Barnabash with 5. Nicholas Rage picked up that 7th one right near the end of the game there, so he was able to stay in for most of the bout. Here is Denver's. We do have the Alchemist Prime, which we noticed did foul out Vic up 7, but everybody else really with a clean game. Cruz and Ferguson without any penalties at all. So Denver really doing a good job of spreading out the penalties and not having anybody foul out.
This game had 51 jams, 26 jams in the first half, 25 jams in the second half. I haven't tallied up leads, but
Crazy.
they're very, very evenly spread out. I think Tyne and Fear had a slight edge in the second half and a slight edge in the first half and a slight edge, a 40-point edge on the scoreboard when all is said and done.
I mean, we really need to point out the Raging Cajun, Stelly, and Dark Matter.
Yes.
That they both were the high scorers for their respective teams. They did some amazing work for the teams. Had over a third or 2/3 for each for respective teams for their points. So they were the game makers really for both of their teams.
I could not agree more, Rippy. Fantastic analysis. I would like to, before we send it over to Go-Go Boots, I would like to send some love to our hosts, Bridgetown Roller Derby and Lane County Concussion Roller Derby. They have been fantastic hosts all weekend long, treating us and all of the volunteers. Tremendous food. We have buckets of voodoo donuts for breakfast.
You can see behind us.
There's an amazing spread. They have hot beverages, cold beverages, everything we could possibly want. So mad love to Bridgetown Roller Derby and to Lane County Concussion. And I think we're ready to go on that interview. I'm going to sign off for now. I'm Bobby Narco.
I'm Rippy Longstocking.
We wish you peace, love, and roller derby. And now turn it over to Go-Go Boots.
You feel afterwards?
I feel really great. My team came out. We skated together. This is our first time at MRDA Champs, and to bring a group of guys that we all came up the ranks together, same team, everyone from home. They played together. It was a battling game against a very clean playing, happy, like a team that just loves to play derby, but they have a lot of skill, a lot of blocking talent. And I'm very happy with the way we played, and we rose to the occasion and get to play on this such a big level, and I'm super happy with the outcome.
Awesome. So you are going to be playing Philly for the next game. Is there any plans or thoughts for the next game at all?
For the next game, I do have a lot of friends on Philly, and I'll watch them play all the time. So I'm gonna have to go back and start studying where I could exploit their weaknesses and walls, because there's some heavy hitting, big playing guys with really high derby IQ. They all understand the game really well. And as a jammer, that's something you have to take into effect when setting up strategy. So it's going to go to the drawing board, check out some of their video and see where I can find some weaknesses. And I'm just super happy to be here, and I'm excited to get one more game at our first MRDA Champs. And I'm super happy with how everything's going.
Awesome. And is there one game that you're looking forward to watching as a spectator?
The fangirl inside of me is definitely looking forward to, of course, Bridgetown, St. Louis. It's like Battle of the Titans, just to see all that skill in one game. It's a game, it's definitely chess, not checkers. So I'm super excited to see so many talented skaters skating units against each other. That's like the ultimate battle, right there.
We will also be watching the Gatekeepers play next up. And thank you so much, Stelly, for your time. But stick around and watch more derby.